Once again, everybody, welcome to the X8 Show podcast. Daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. And we start another one right now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. The movie Smile. This film cost $17 million to make. It is approaching $100 million in revenue. Very rare, okay, where a movie will open up, it's a low-budget thriller like this, be number one, and then in week 2, hang on for number 1 in U.S. markets. But that's exactly what happened. Isn't really a big time for movies right now. Not a lot of big movies that are out. No blockbusters. We're not to that point yet. So they put this out at the right time. You have one name in it, Bacon, and not Kevin. Sosie, who's a terrific actress. She did great. Sosie Bacon is the lead. I went there to see this film, and it was terrifying. And I'm the only person who thought it was, because I'm sitting there in a row of audience members, and I get up and go, oh, my God, it was so scary. And they're like, yeah, whatever. They were laughing in my face. I see Linda is in attendance right now. She says, I was scared, too. So maybe it was just you and I. Linda was in these seats. She was, like, hiding behind her knees. These are the type of seats that you could, like, put up a little put up the footrest, great seats, great theater. Oh my God. And she's hiding behind her knees. When I was watching the film, I was squinting at key moments when I thought something was going to jump out at me. See how I am right now? If you're listening to the audio podcast, just picture me squinting. I was like, I would have one eye closed and the other one just barely open, waiting for something to jump out at me. And then boom! Amanda says, was I right? Was the movie stupid? I don't think so. I don't think it was stupid at all. I think they did a hell of a job on that film. It did what it was intended to do. It thrilled me and scared the shit out of me. So, for that reason, it's fantastic, right? I typically do not like these types of films. In fact, I couldn't wait to get the fuck out of there and go home and try to put this all behind me. Doesn't help that the day before I tried getting into Dahmer, the monster, the dramatization of all of the murders that Jeffrey Dahmer had committed on Netflix. And I can't do it. I made it through one episode and half of the second one. And it was unbelievable and too much, just too damn much. The simple fact that this all happened is so much. And you, okay. I don't know. And any of the scenes, like it opens up with him getting busted and then it kind of works backwards and bounces around a little bit. But the idea of one of the guys who he's trying to make a victim, it takes a long time. And there's a lot of like glances and silence and terror. And I don't know. I guess I'm getting old. I could not do it. I had to bail on it. Now, there's also another one on Netflix about conversations with Jeffrey Dahmer, some lawyer who was trying to build a case for him back in the day, recorded all of that, and it's now been released. That actually I found interesting. Not so much, at least I have up to this point. Well, the film I thought was interesting. I'm triggered, man. I can't do it. The idea that Jeffrey Dahmer in real life, some of those victims, he would take a drill and drill a hole into their head while they're alive. They're drugged. He'd drill a hole in their head and then put like a funnel in the hole and pour acid into their brain. And a couple of the people like survived that. One guy woke up and he goes, "Oh God, I got a headache." I'm not kidding you. In the Wikipedia entry, it actually says he woke up and said, "Oh God, I got a headache," with acid pouring out of his head. The worst. Okay. Anyway, back to Smile. Okay, it was myself, Maureen, Linda, Stu McAllister, Ben, Adam Balboa, and Joe Pellerito. It's like, hey, what's up? All right, let's go in. We start watching this movie, and I don't want to give anything away, but that's how you. I think the story has kind of been. It's an old story. I guess the film The Ring is somewhat like this, and there have been other films that have had this basic premise, but I've never seen those. There's no way in hell I'm going to see those movies. But, all right. Ben started out on a bad foot because he brought his popcorn bucket. And he got in line, and then he learned, oh, yeah, this is expired. Wah, wah, wah. Whatever. A few days late. We get in there, and then the movie takes place, and it's petrifying. But again, I'm a lightweight. Linda and I, we stand up, and everybody else stands up, and they're all like, this sucked. This was garbage. And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Oh, my God. Great movie. If you like the shit scared out of you and you like to be thrilled. And it's done very well, like I said, in the box office. And the ratings are great on this thing. People love this movie. All right. So that was a big part of the weekend for your old pal Eric Zane. But not the only part. Hell no. I am now turning on this show from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio to the gross portion of the show. Now, let me just get out in front of this. I'm going to try to do my best to walk the fine line between gross and funny. But as we get into the weekend, the NFK, my dear brother-in-law, he got that piece of mail. It was a test to determine if there is blood in your number 2. And there's a particular way that you do this. They send you this kit, and, it's not the most pleasant thing in the world, but then you send what you produce back, and I'll get into that in a second, and then they determine your health. Now, Diana and I have done the full court press on trying to get her brother as healthy as possible. Lots of doctor visits, and now we're working the dentist into this. This is a gentleman who has never, ever taken care of himself. And, this is the last surviving relative, and he lives here with us. So we got to make sure. I mean, basically, this is what it is. Diana says, okay, Kevin, if you want to live here, you got to play by our rules. And the one rule is you're going to the doctor. Okay, great. So we've been aggressively pursuing this, and that's appropriate. The amount of care that we have to give him, he needs a little TLC, and so he gets in the mail this little kit to collect the doo-doo, and it isn't like you just take a whole turd and mail it. It's pretty simple. I've had to do this before. He gets it and he opens it up and he goes, yeah. So he's looking at it, and actually it was on Sunday. It was yesterday in the morning. For some reason, he just thinks, okay, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. So now we haven't yet committed to getting the sample, which is going to require some assistance, I'm predicting. And he gets up and he gets the package, and he takes the instructions which is key, and throws them away. And then he takes all of these things that he doesn't know what the fuck to do with them. And one of them is a piece of gauze. And I don't know the purpose of the gauze. And he goes, without knowing, he holds the gauze in front of me. He goes, so I just wipe with this and mail it. And I go, well, I don't know. Now, there's all sorts of components to this. There's a vial with a lid that you open, and there's a wand on it, and there's all sorts of components that none of us have any idea what. I have an idea because I've done this test, but not much of an idea because I haven't read the instructions. So we're sitting there, and he goes, yeah, I think I'll just do this now. And so he's getting ready to just take the gauze and wipe his ass with it. And that couldn't be further from what you really have to do. And he has no clue. And I go, well, wait a minute. Can I take a look at that? So there's a piece of gauze. There's a piece of paper similar to the type of paper that you would find like on an exam table at the doctor's. That type of crinkly, and it's cut perfectly, rectangular in shape. There's the vial. There is a plastic bag with a biohazard label on it and an envelope. I go, where are the instructions? He goes, I don't know. So he's thrown them away. I find them, and I go, okay, hang right here. I start reading, and one of the things, Amanda makes your old pal Eric laugh with, did he wipe with the instructions? Fuck. Jesse says, I wonder how many NFKs living alone just ignore instructions and send back used toilet paper. That's funny. Holy shit. You guys are on a roll today. So I take a look at the instructions, and as suspected, well, first of all, it says this is perishable. If you collect your sample, you have to collect your sample on the day that you mail it. And so I go, well, we can't do this today. And he goes, why? I go, it's Sunday. So? I go, well, mail doesn't come on Sunday. Oh. The way you do this is you go into the restroom. You put down the paper that's cut to shape. That's like the exam table paper. And it lays on top of the water. You do your business. And then you crack open this container. And the lid has a little wand on it. And there's specific instructions to do what you need to do. And then take it and put it back into the container, which has a liquid in it, which preserves it for the mailing. That's it. I think I've done a fairly good job of couching the specifics. Okay? I explained this to him on Sunday. I go, so this is what we'll do, Kevin. I'll help you, and I know your hands don't work like mine. So if you want, I can take care of all you have to do is do your what you're supposed to do, and I will handle the rest. It's up to you. You tell me how you want to work this. I said, or if you think there's part of this you can manage, you just let me know, and I'll take care of it. I just had a terrible feeling that he's standing out in front of the door. Hang on. Fade. All right. So, I see right. Maureen says, I hope you gown up and wear gloves. I should have put gloves on him. You're right. God. And I should have had gloves on too. But I didn't expect this. Okay, so he doesn't do well. His fingers and hands are a little wonky, but I'm under the impression that he can hold this wand like I am and just reach in there and do the old hell of a good ranch dip with the wand, and then then it's good to go. I'm confident. And he goes, I don't want you to have to do that. I want to do that. And then I go, this is your call, buddy. If you feel like you can do that, you can do that. But we'll do it when we're in the same room. Like if I'm down here getting Diana's lunch ready and you suddenly have to go number 2, let me know and I'll help you get started and then we'll figure this out. There's really nothing pressing, it's just if we happen to be in the same place at the same time, I don't want you to have to be stressing about it. So sure enough, today comes around. And he's like, hey, I got to go. I go, okay, perfect. I put the paper in the toilet and I go, okay, see ya. And what happens. And then the door opens. Now, again, all he's had to do is take the little wand because I'm holding the container with the solution in it, and then he's going to come out and we're going to put it in there. He comes out of the bathroom and he was successful, but I'm not sure how he managed to do it, but there's actual doo-doo on his fingers, which what he's holding on to is now it's everywhere. It's on his fingers, his fingernails, his fingertips, his hand. And I'm like, did you reach in there with your hand and just put it on like fucking clay? All you have to do is touch it. It's simple. And I'm like, fuck me. And I go, okay, don't move. I put out a thing of paper towel and I go, drop it on there. Just drop it. And he's like putting it on. I go, just let go of it. Just let go of it. He lets go of it. I go wash your hands. I then put my gloves on and take what I needed to take and put it in there. And I'm like, oy vey. Oh my God. And the problem is he got more than enough. So the opening is like a millimeter opening on the container with the solution inside. And the wand has much more than a millimeter wide amount of poo-poo. So when you put it in there, it's like overflowing out of the container. And I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? It's kind of like when you would do Play-Doh in the, you push the thing down and then the Play-Doh comes out, but it also shoots out the sides of where the shape of the Play-Doh shape. That's what's happening here. It's like Play-Doh with shit. Sarah says, of course he got more than enough. So I go, yeah, dude, go wash your hands. Now, then that gauze that he thought you have to wipe your ass with, no, you just wrap the sample in that. Put these, there's like an information packet you put on the biohazard bag. I did it all perfectly. It was all done expertly, and it's all good. It's all now. It's in the mailbox as we speak. Oh, my God. Linda says to her sister, Maureen, you better hope you are never incapacitated and need this done. I won't be there to help. Look, I said that too. At one point in my life. Never in my life did I dream I would be on the business end of yesterday's Hot Pockets. Never, ever. But I don't know, man. You just have to. There's nothing more loving than taking care of someone in your life. This is the ultimate. This helps me balance the universe, because when I'm on this podcast every day telling everybody to fuck off, those are negative heaven points. I'm losing heaven points when I do that. But I pick up heaven points at various spots throughout the day when things like this happen, And, ultimately, I've often said that I just want to be on the practice squad, all right, here when it comes to going to heaven. I want to be on the heaven practice squad. Jesus. All right. The Lions suck dick again. Okay, after they blew the Minnesota game weeks ago, 10-point lead with 10 minutes left, they would have been 2-1 at that point. But they forgot how to play football. Lose that to go to 1-2. Last week, I don't remember what the hell happened last week. Oh, they gave up all those points, but they scored a bunch of points against Seattle, and they lose 48-45. Scorigami. So then going into this week, they're 1-3. So is New England, 1-3. But everybody's like, boy, we got to figure out this defense. The offense is humming. The offense is a scoring machine. They're the number one offense in the NFL, man. They got this. Offense is great. The absolute letdown. I mean, it's really bad when you lose 48-45, and then the next game is a letdown. You would think that the last week was the biggest letdown. No. You go into New England and you lose 29-0. 29-0. Lions were like 16.5 dogs, I think, in Foxborough. New England's starting their third-string quarterback, a rookie by the name of Bailey Zappi. Unbelievable name there. Bailey Zappi. The thing about Bailey Zappi is the guy is no slouch. First of all, he looked great against the Lions. Everybody looks great against the Lions. Some running back no one's ever heard of put up like $150 on him. My God. This Zappi dude, by the way, Bailey Zappi is the most prolific passer in one season in the history of college football. His senior year, he beat Joe Burrow's single-season yardage record. In 14 college football games at Western Kentucky, Bailey Zappi threw for just under 6,000 yards. That's unbelievable. Just under 6,000 yards, 62 touchdown passes his senior year. That is an average of north of 460 yards a game. Now, you're playing garbage teams, but who cares? It doesn't matter. Been a lot of players that came from small-time schools and gone on to had all of Hall of Fame careers. Friggin' Walter Payton went to some historically black college. I think it was Jackson State. I mean, seriously, one of the best ever. My point is, Bailey Zappi is no slouch. And so, of course, yesterday was his big coming out party because New England's got a bunch of hurt quarterbacks. So he shows up and just fucking kills the Lions. Doesn't take much to kill the Lions. Jesus, that was embarrassing. There may be some firings this year. There may be some firings if you do something like that. Oh, shit. Kenny says, Eric, mail doesn't run today. Just an FYI. Ah, fuck, you're right. Columbus Day. Went through all of that for nothing. I hope it's okay. Damn. Now I feel like an idiot. Fuck. I might have to call those folks at the and get like another test sent. Imagine if I have to do all of this again. Oh no. Oh, thank you though for telling me. If it's kept refrigerated, it might be okay, Tyler says. All right. Back to the lines. I don't know, man. People are starting to jump ship big time. I mean, I didn't expect them to win anything this year, but it's getting worse. They are actually regressing. The top draft pick, Aiden Hutchinson, since that Washington game, is nowhere to be found. The offense stinks. The defense stinks. I shouldn't say the offense stinks. They did not stink until the most recent game, but my God. Oh, so bad. Dan Campbell now, from last year to this year, he's won 4 games, lost 17, and tied 1. So this is getting really ugly really quick. And now they go into the bye week, so they don't play this next week, and that allows for more time for this to percolate. So this is just really starting to suck. Oh, my God. Gruesome. Hope your fantasy teams are doing okay. Mine did all right. The guy I'm taking on is a dude named Ian. And his quarterback for this week is Teddy Bridgewater. And Teddy Bridgewater, on the first play of the game, he got hurt. So that's a disaster. So I don't know if he's going to win that game. He has one player remaining that on today's Monday night game, and I have Kansas City's defense, who play tonight. He has a player on the Chiefs. It's going to be close. I think I can win, though, unless this guy, I don't even know who the hell he is, has a really great game. But I'm loving this. I feel like with fantasy football, I knew I would fall in love with this. I knew it. And sure enough, oh my God, is it great. The problem is our league has way too many teams. We have 20 teams in our league. Now, the guy who put the league together is Chris in Minnesota. I don't know anything about fantasy football, at least when we put the league together. I don't know why he made it a 20-league team. Because when you have a 20-team league, when you have a 20-team league, that gives you no room to pick up players. There's like nothing on the waiver wire, and every player's drafted. So that's just really weird. So I cannot believe he agreed. Yeah, let's do 20. Why did you do that? Why didn't you do 10? Or we could have 2 teams or 2 leagues with 10 in each. Ram says the league is good. You have to work the waiver wire. There's no good players on the waiver wire, dumbass. The waiver wire is full of players that are 3rd and 4th string who will not get any touches. There's nothing on the waiver wire. Cole writes 14 teams max, 12 is ideal. By the way, I have Jared Goff as my backup, and if anybody wants him, I'm dealing. But I need a running back. All right? Because Rashad Penny just got injured, and that's my back. The waiver wire has no one. It has Craig Reynolds from the Lions. He is a 3rd string back. So I'm trying to trade Goff for Ezekiel Elliott. Someone, I forgot who did, reached out to me and said, I will give you Ezekiel Elliott and another player for Goff, and then he rescinded the trade. I wasn't going to consider it at the time, but now I will. Now I'm going to do that trade. I'll give you straight up Goff for Elliott. Shit. All right. Tyler says, is the Seahawks backup running back available? No one is available. Our waiver wire sucks. All right. Here's the waiver wire. Craig Reynolds, Jay Jackson, the fourth string running back from the Lions, and Indianapolis, D. Jackson. That's it. 3 backs in the whole damn league. And none of these players are rostered. Craig Reynolds, 1% rostered last week. Jay Jackson, 0% rostered last week. D. Jackson, 1% rostered last week. Our league sucks, and it's all Chris in Minnesota's fault. He built a league that has too many teams. It doesn't surprise me. He's kind of a dumbass. Sorry, Chris. All right. Race donations for my big race with Mike Ball. We are down to the nitty-gritty. This is taper week, I guess. It's hard to taper when you've been tapering for like 4 weeks, which is what I've been doing. I had a long run yesterday, my final long run of 9 miles at race pace, which for me, the goal is 9 minutes a mile. That's a lot faster than last year. Last year, the goal, I ran it like 10:30 a mile. It was shit. So in my run yesterday, it was terrible because I got the first 3 miles done, and then I felt lightheaded and like low blood sugar. So I said, I got to get this workout in. This is the last one before the race, last big one, last big distance one. Went inside. And I shoved like a pound of candy corn in my mouth and peanuts. And then I ate like 4 clementine oranges. Took a break, about 5 minutes. Went back out. Got 3 more miles in. Came back. 8 more oranges and more candy corn. I don't think that in the runner's handbook does it say anything about eating handfuls of candy corn to fuel you, but yet I did it. And I got the workout in. I actually felt fine after. Legs a little crispy. That's the thing. I have missed enough long runs. I was doing great till about week 12. And then I started missing long runs. Camping. And eating. So when I got to about mile 8 yesterday, I felt great. And then by the time I got done with mile 9, in that mile, I was like, all right, I'm done. And I can feel it. So I predict pain. I predict by mile 10 in this race, I'm going to be like, fuck, I am ready to get this done. This is really starting to get uncomfortable. So then I've got, another half hour of really uncomfortable running. That's what I predict is going to happen. I'll be like, fuck, this is terrible. And I can promise you, if Mike Ball has the problems that he says he's been having, and he happens to be behind me, I will be looking over my shoulder every other step. There's a couple spots on that course where you can see a long ways back. There's like we run on top of a Superfund site. Not even kidding. It's a toxic waste dump, and they've buried it. And you're actually running on the toxic waste dump. You can't smell anything. It's just an open field. And you can see long distances behind you to see if anybody's behind you. I'll be like looking for them. And then if I don't see them, I'm just going to walk. Holy shit. So dude, Mike insists that he is physically in trouble. All right. He has been having all sorts of problems. I still don't know if I believe him yet, unless he faked his marathon time at the main marathon because he rolled in like north of 5 hours and 30 minutes. My God. Here's what I'd like you to do because we're doing this to raise money for the AT Children's Project. You can see it on the screen, and I'll post it in the show notes of this podcast. And here it is. So if you are enjoying this podcast, click on that link, and off you go. If you could, click on that and drop $25 into the bucket of the AT Children's Project. Pick your champion, Eric or Mike. All the directions are on the form. And it says, please read every word of this. It says, make your guess. In the comments section of your donation, comment on who you think will win and by how much time. For example, Eric by 10 seconds or Mike by 45 seconds. Note, do not leave this field empty. You must write your guess in the comments to be considered for a prize. First, second, and third. First closest gets $300. If you pick Mike Ball and you are the closest time, you will win $300. Second closest, $200. Third closest, $100. Now, Mike has doubled the purse because when we came up with this, he goes, I'm so confident I'm going to beat you. I'm going to double the purse. I go, well, that's very kind of you. Awesome. So if you pick me for some reason by a time and you get fastest, or if you get closest in time, you get $600. Oh, my God. $400 for second, $200 for third. So there you go. Make more than one bet. Pick one for me, one for Mike. Doesn't matter. Diversify your betting. All right? And it all helps the AT Children's Project. It is a tax-deductible donation to them. So thank you. I'll be dropping this in periodically on the show all this week, helping raise money. The goal is $2,000 because Mike Ball himself donated $1,000. And I would guess that right now we're at about $1,250. Okay? We probably have, I don't know, 10 people who have made guesses. Somebody is going to have to win this. There isn't going to be a possibility where no one wins. Someone will win. All right? So you have pretty good odds right now, and I'll start to give you the breakdown of how many people have bet on Eric and how many people have bet on Mike, okay, as the week goes on. But this is a chance because the odds are so good because, like I said, not a ton of people have done this to win some serious cash for your donation, and that is awesome. All right. For folks enjoying the show today on this, the 10th of October, on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, I'm going to send you on your way. Hope you have a great day. If you want the rest of the show, you got to go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Go there, sign up with your little username, hit follow, subscribe with your Amazon Prime account on Twitch Prime, and then you're all good to go. Okay? It'll let you know when I go live, and then you don't have to worry about missing any of the show when I cut the cord like I am right now. Or if you like, listen to the show after it finishes. I will take the audio and make the audio podcast. Okay? Thank you so much.